these last like few months have been. I got to deal with injuries. I got to deal with fucking pains. I got to deal with waking up at 5 a.m. every morning. No, I wanted a real fight. You know, why go through the motion and the process and everything just for it to be an exhibition? No, let's fight. Let's fight. You know, I don't want. I was never. That's not my style. It's just not my style. If I'm gonna go through it, and hey, I can take a punch. I'm not saying I'm gonna get knocked out or I'm who knows, but I can take a punch and I'm gonna fight you back. You know, I'm not gonna go through this process just because. Yeah, we never talked about. We actually did talk about in the beginning being an exhibition, but then I was like, nah, that's not.
Oscar, I remember last summer you kind of let the cat out of the bag with me that, hey, I'm going to fight again. So it's one thing to say it. So when did it really start to kick in? What was the process in terms of making this happen?
Yeah, I think the process was. I mean, it's. I've been contemplating for years, literally, for years. I just never pulled the trigger. I just literally never had the balls to pull the trigger. The Tyson fight kind of inspired me. The way he looked at his age, you know, even though it was an exhibition, he looked good, he felt good. It was probably the best I've ever seen him, like, you know, after he retired. Just his whole physical and the way he was feeling, you know. So it inspired me. I think the process was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. It was no like, it was nobody sitting me down and like telling me, okay, fuck, like this is what's gonna happen, and no, there was no process. It was just like, I'm just gonna do it.
Oscar, I've always felt, and I remember I was at your retirement ceremony. Remember you had that at the LA Live, it was public, that you didn't expect to lose to Pacquiao, that you may have made a mistake coming down in weight. You go get it to weigh in, and then obviously the fight happened. Did you, in the aftermath, years later, did you ever say to yourself, I really didn't want to even retire then? Like
I said it the next day. I said it the next day when I actually retired in front of the world. Yeah. I thought I was supposed to retire. At the moment, I thought I was supposed to retire because I got my ass kicked, you know? But, you know, the next day, deep down inside, it's like, fuck, why did I do that? I still have it. The weight thing is an issue. Like, that's, okay, it happened, but I haven't been in wars, you know? So my body's not like, I mean, I was fucking probably in the fight with Hopkins, you know, until he caught me with a body shot. So my physical was still good. My head is still good. I retired because it was out of like, shit, I just got beat, you know.
So Oscar, as you say that to yourself, was there a party that says, God, Millie's not going to go for it? Was that what kind of kept you from even exploring coming back a year later?
No.
What was it then?
It's just fear, man. Scared. Just scared. Scared of what's gonna happen. Scared of like the outcome. Scared of like just pulling the trigger. Just fear, man. It's fear. Like I've been kept away from a lot of things because of fear, you know. And I just finally said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for myself. Like this fight here is for myself. That's why I keep saying it. This is for me, you know. Like I wanna. Whether this fight is gonna take me to another one, or if it's not, obviously it depends on that night, on how I feel, how I look. But I know that this one here is for me. Like I'm doing it for me.
So it's been 13 years. 2008 was your last fight. We're in 2021. So the question that I have is, how many offers did you get in between, let's say 2009 to 2020 to come back? Were there anything serious that you contemplated?
Yeah, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was offering myself a lot of money.
Under Golden Boy promotion. Did you ever come close though to returning?
Yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't. I guess I couldn't get the courage, to do it. Yeah.
You also retired at 35. Was it more of like, I want to enjoy everything that I've built for myself, all the money I've made?
Mm-hmm.
Let's enjoy this rather than just keep fighting? Was that part of the decision?
It's a lot of emotions, man. Especially because the way I got beat up, all those emotions are amplified, Oh, I want to enjoy my family more. Oh man, my kids are growing. Jesus, I'm missing out on so much. Life, this, that. I go to camp for 3 months or 2.5 months, and life is just, I'm missing it, Yeah, the fact that I got beat up the way I got beat up, it's like that in your mind, you make it bigger than what it is, Yeah, it's crazy. It's just now looking back at this and being emotionally in this place where I'm at now, like I see it clearly, and it's crazy just how everything just happened. Like everything happens for a reason, man. It's crazy.
When you've been in the ring with the types of guys that you've been in with, right, in front of these crowds and stuff, I mean, I guess, is everything else just kind of boring by comparison? Like, what I mean? Like, was life? I just kind of I would just imagine like everything else would just by comparison just be really boring.
Well, I think you try. I think I'm gonna speak for myself. I mean, you try to convince yourself. You try to convince yourself that life is gonna get better. After you retire, it's gonna get better. Jesus, you've been waiting for this moment all your life. And once you're retired, once you're not doing what you love, it's there's a big hole. There's a big hole, man. It's crazy.
So in some ways, kind of like boxing, kind of creates this this hole, though, right? I mean, because you
boxing,
said you felt
yeah,
life was passing
boxing
you by,
creates the hole, but boxing can cover the hole. It's crazy. Like I like boxing. Like that's why I keep saying I owe everything to boxing, man. Everything, including my life. And there's a certain reason why I'm fighting, man. I've told a lot of people this, that my life was getting ugly. It was getting ugly.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about that. I mean, is this, because I've read some quotes of some things that you said about this fight, and kind of like that it's kind of like a healthy outlet for you to kind of channel your. So is this kind of like a way of keeping you sober?
No. Because I've been sober many times. I have the discipline. I have everything it takes. This is by far. This is for me to like put closure.
Mm-hmm.
Put closure on like this is my decision. Like this is what I want. I want to fucking win this fight. And go out on top or just have that satisfaction, But along the way, man, I just started feeling good,
So you were already sober then when you started training?
No, hell no.
Was there any kind of like, okay, I gotta clean this act up here moment for you?
When I retired from Pacquiao, first of all, I was drinking while training for Pacquiao. Last 2 weeks.
What, like your drink of choice?
Oh, it was wine because I thought it was okay.
Red wine?
Yeah.
The high end.
Yeah, exactly. You try to justify it like, oh, it's fucking grapes. It's like it's not gonna do any harm.
Are you like a California wine or a European wine?
I'm a Napa guy.
You're a Napa guy. Okay, so you like the fruitier, higher alcohol.
Yeah.
Why not?
But yeah, those 10 years, hell and back. Back again, terrible.
Oscar, how much of this event has to do with the overall health of your company, Golden Boy Promotions, based on everything that's happening?
Zero. We're in a good position. We're back you know, slowly but surely. You know, I mean, when you promote, when you had the satisfaction to promote Canelo, then you have Ryan, then you have Virgil, then you have Munguia, you know, the JoJo's. It's, you know, everything that's happening now behind the scenes, what we're working on, it was not even a question. The only question I had, like making this decision and coming back, was if my physical body can take it, you know, like the injuries, the aches and pains. I feel good, man. I've been doing, I never in my wildest dreams did I think I would do like cryotherapy and, you know, all this modern medicine, you know, that's all natural. You know, the Theraguns, you know, those are my best friends, man.
You're obviously enjoying modern day technology. Are you also enjoying the modern day reset of the boxing market and the purses? I mean,
yeah, it's I mean, look, for me, it's
are you
always
making what you made in the past.
Right. I mean, look, for me, I've always been a huge advocate of the fight first, and then the business comes. You know, I still have that same mentality. Like, yeah, I mean, yes, the purse is negotiated, everything's negotiated. It's a very complicated, complex deal, you know, with Triller. But the business will come. I don't care. It's like I want to fight. I want to fight.
Is this kind of an audition for you to see how the relationship with Triller goes, to perhaps take Golden Boy to Triller once the zone expires?
I mean, this is a deal for me personally. Like, I'm not signed to Golden Boy, you know. And obviously we have a deal with the zone. No, this is it's a business. It's a business deal that I'm kind of exploring for myself, because who knows, maybe I'll fight somewhere else if everything goes well. September 11th, I might go somewhere else and fight. Who knows?
Yeah, and obviously boxing is a business. We have a lot of pay-per-views. Canelo's fighting in a couple of months on pay-per-view. Do you think he'll do better than numbers than Canelo will do?
We're gonna do huge numbers. I have a great feeling we're gonna do huge numbers. Triller knows how to do it. They're putting a lot of freaking money behind it. Once it starts kicking in, like tomorrow, I think. I mean, the marketing plan, all that is one thing, and I'm actually very intrigued on how they do it, because everything now is all freaking numbers, and, you know, the analytics of, like, you know, the whole digital platforms, and, you know, it's pretty crazy how many people we're gonna be like reaching.
But I mean, you saw all of Canelo's numbers. You were right there with pay-per-view. You're right there with the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you could do better than Canelo in 2021, considering the audience and the history you
Yes,
have?
we will do it. Guaranteed.
What were some of Canelo's numbers on the zone? Like, what kind of numbers would he pull in?
I don't know. Don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Oscar,
Yeah.
how long
Interesting
did it take
question.
you in training to sort of feel that fighter's rhythm, feel the way you used to feel in camp? How many weeks did it take
It took
when you resumed training?
about a month.
That's it.
Yeah, about
That's
a
not
month.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Actually, yeah, it took me about a month. The hardest thing was the conditioning. Yeah, my timing was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
my timing was pretty good, actually. What's surprising is, like, man, my jab, Jesus, never left me, man. Never left me. So, but the conditioning was the toughest, because, I mean, this is the truth, and all the years of just fucking tearing down my body.
This whole thing about you getting back to this like point of like, okay, I want to do this for myself now. Do you look back at the past now and kind of wish you had gone to this point earlier, or are you kind of at peace with, you know what, this is happening at the right time, and
I hear you.
you know,
I hear
where are
you.
you
I
with
mean,
that as far
yeah,
as?
no, I'm at peace with myself. That's what's giving me the fire, man. That's what's giving me the drive, you know. It's like everything that happened, it happens for a reason, man. You know, it's like everything, all the, you know, life's been tough, man. It's been tough.
What you
I've always dragged myself like fucking literally like 6 feet under, man. I've been there, man. I've almost been there.
What were you looking for, I guess? I mean, because obviously, like, people drink because it's like fun, right? Or it's an escape or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what were you looking for, do you think, in alcohol?
It's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit. A lot of unclosed doors that just wide open ever since I was a kid. You know, it's like stop hands, just a lot of shit.
Because from the outside, it looks, right?
Oh,
you
it's
know,
good.
you look, you know, you had a career.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was very good. You're a good-looking guy. You have a lot of money.
I have my kids.
Yeah, you got
I have great relationship with them. I mean, moms are amazing.
Yeah, and
Everything's beautiful.
Right. I
but-
think from the outside, it's kind of
But
like
inside, bro, fuck, fucking burning.
like what? Can you share any of that? What's there?
Well, for once, if you want to keep it in like boxing, I mean the Pacquiao fight, the whole non-closure of that, you know, that beatdown he gave me. That's one. I've made peace with my mom already, so we're good there. I actually had this event about a year ago where I actually, it's gonna sound crazy, but I fucking tried shrooms for the first time, the microdosing. This is Tyson, like, doing it as well, like every day. I wouldn't do it every day, but
How'd that go? Like, where were you?
it went incredible. It was at my house. It was with a shaman. It was like all like just controlled, right?
Yeah.
Because I had to, man. I couldn't be drinking and doing drugs and this and that, and I'm gonna throw my life away, you know. And so I had to do something. And the fact that that shaman came to my life at that particular reason, at that place, it happened for a reason, and it saved it. I feel it saved me. But it saved me only from my mom and my relationship with her.
Huh.
Like, I've made peace with her, but now I have to deal with little Oscar, all my shit. You know, people, yeah, I raped at 13 from a woman, older woman, you know, molested, this and that, all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of crap.
What happened when you were 13?
Yeah, I mean, 13, lost my virginity over being raped, basically.
Who was the woman?
I don't even know. I was 13. I was in Hawaii, I think, at some tournament. Older woman. She was over 35. You know. So.
Huh. Was that something that was kind of there, or like had you kind of suppressed it and it came out later as you got older?
Everything. Yeah. It's like you suppress everything, and then you're living this life, the golden boy, you know. But oh shit, wait, that's still there. You know, like I never like thought about it. I never processed this. I never like really thought how my feelings are you know, reacting or processing, or you know, until one day it just comes out and you don't know how to deal with it. You know, the way you deal with it is just, you know, boozing it up, because you want to try to forget, you know, or you want to try to connect.
Right.
You know,
So that was obviously a pretty traumatic.
That was very traumatic.
Oscar, how do you view these fights with Jake Paul and the YouTubers? Is there any type of disgust, or is it amusement?
I actually saw the fight yesterday, and I was thinking that Woodley didn't look bad at all. He didn't look bad at all. Like he had form. He had compact form, you know. I think Jake needed more work. I don't think he expected Woodley to come out as strong. But the way I see it is, look, I don't think we should be closed off as like real boxing diehard fans, you know. I think that they're introducing our sport to a whole new audience. Like, my kids are now talking about boxing. Their friends are talking about boxing. I think it's just all good. I think it's good, you know, and the fact that when they can see boxing at the highest level now, they're gonna appreciate it. So it's gonna be a domino effect, you know. when these kids grow up and they can buy the ringside seats, because right now they can't. They gotta pirate the freaking streaming platform, you know. But when they have money and they have jobs and they can buy tickets in Vegas, and those are going to be our fans. Those are going to be the boxing fans that are, you know, that Jake Paul introduced.
Oscar, are you concerned? Because I remember I did a story with you last year when I was still at ESPN. In 1996, you beat Chavez. I think you're as big a name as anyone in boxing. But that following year, you said, I'm going to fight 5 times.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get anyone to fight 5 times anymore. I don't even think it's possible. Does that concern you about young fighters who say they want to be stars?
Right.
But my view is I don't think they understand how much work actually goes into it. I think a lot of them, quite frankly, are full of shit.
It's not easy. I mean, I think Canelo was trying. I think he was the closest one to try. He fought like 3 times, no, I think.
He'll fight 4 times in 11 months, basically. That's what he's going to do.
So, kudos to him, because it's not easy. I mean, I literally locked myself up in Big Bear for a whole year, you know, and fighting guys that were pretty badass. So, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't know if it shows you, I guess, the fighters' like character or like how they approach boxing now, or is it their discipline? I don't know, man. I think it's just too easy now, you know? It's too easy for the fighter now. There's a lot of money being thrown around. There's a lot of promises being thrown around. And fighters are beginning to forget the legacy. They're forgetting, you know, the hard work, what it takes, you know?
In your view, is this affecting public's interest in boxing? The fact that the young fighters are fighting infrequently and not good fights?
Well, I think the diehard fan who really knows boxing is getting fed up with that. But on the flip side, those young fans, like they don't really realize what's happening, you know? All they're paying attention to is, we want to see Jake Paul. And so that's what I'm paying attention to. Like, let's convert those fans into these fans over here, you know?
Right, but see, Oscar, that's the point, though.
Yeah.
Every young fan that watched Jake Paul, that remembers him, here's the problem with a lot of these young guys. Haney, Tank, Ryan Garcia, Tio fight once or twice a year.
Yeah.
See, I think, do you agree with me? A lot of these guys believe just being big on social media makes up for actually fighting more than twice a year.
It's crazy. I mean, social media has really, I guess put some, I don't know, put a damper on, I don't know. It's fighters have to remember that it's the fight, you know. It's the fight that gets you what, you know, what you really want. Yeah, you know, the money's good, the fame is great. Oh my gosh, people recognize me, little kids recognize me over social media. Oh man, think about the legacy. Think about being in front of thousands of fans cheering you on, you know, when you're at your prime. Like, that's what you want. I've been there. That's what you want.
How would
that
everyone?
stays there. That stays there forever.
Oscar, do you want to just thank everyone for coming? Because you kind of have to go. You have to go do your training. You have to do your training. So.
Uno en español.
Move it up.
En
Like
español.
Floyd trains at midnight.
Oscar, una en español, por favor. ¿Sabes sobre la situación de Janet Zacarías, la boxeadora que quedó, pues está en estado de coma en Canadá? Es una peleadora mexicana que estuvo en una pelea en Canadá y quería ver si querías mandar algún tipo de saludo, algún tipo de deseo para la familia.
Janet, sí, no, primeramente que con muchas oraciones y muchas bendiciones, ojalá que salgas de esto, que tu salud esté bien. Vamos a estar orando, y le voy a decir a mi familia que ore también. Y yo sé que eres una luchadora, una peleadora. Tú puedes salir de esto. Así que te mandamos muchos abrazos, mucho cariño, y a la familia, con todo respeto, tienen una campeona en su hija. Les deseamos toda la suerte del mundo que salga de esto.
Gracias.
Hey Oscar, your fight with Vitor Belfort. What are your thoughts on Vitor Belfort? Have you spoke to him? And your legacy. What do you want people to remember you? How do you want people to remember your legacy? You can
I spoke to him during the first time I met him at the press conference a few months ago. Yeah, nice guy. Yeah, looks like a freaking animal, man. Pretty scary when you're face to face with him. Very serious. I know that he's he's a machine, meaning he's serious. He keeps himself in shape all year round. So I know that I have my hands full. So, but I mean, I know that he has boxing experience. I know that he knows how to fight. I know he's a striker. I know he's heavy. Just gotta make adjustments inside the ring. That's it.
Oscar, the night after the fight or the day after the fight, win, lose, or draw, you just feel like physically, okay, I've done it, I'm good. Will you be satisfied? Regardless of the result, if you just feel like, okay, I've done it, I shouldn't do it anymore, and I'll never do this again, do you think you'll be satisfied with that?
Yes, because this one here, and the reason why I said I'm doing it for myself is first of all, so I can do it on my terms. Like, I'm training whenever I want to train. Like, yeah, there's a schedule, but I'm training at home where I live. I'm not going to Big Bear for 3 months and missing everybody and missing out. And going back to your question, I think my legacy is obviously established, and I'm proud of it. I feel very proud that I always fought the very best, and I always fought the toughest challenges. And I see this one as no different. This is a challenge because I chose this challenge. I know that he fought heavyweight, so that's a challenge to me. And I know that he's a striker. I know that he's a boxer. I know that, so that there is like, I took that into consideration because of my legacy that I have of fighting the best. Of maybe he's not the best, but of all these fights that we've been seeing with Mayweather and Logan Paul and this and that, Vitor Belfort is the best guy that a real fighter can face.
If you're doing this for yourself now, who were you doing it for before?
Everybody, man. Everybody, the whole world, bro. The kids, all the fans, it's like, I never stopped to think, man, what about me? How do I want this to be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is that kind of cool now though, that like you kind of have discovered that actually this thing that you were doing all along?
I'm glad I discovered it now and not when I was like 55. Thanks, guys. I gotta go train.